A Missouri lawmaker introduces legislation aimed at improving the care Missourians receive in their final moments. We look at how that would change things for a local nonprofit. The state of Missouri looks to local hospitals to help increase the rate of COVID vaccinations.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Missouri lawmaker files legislation that could change how Missourians spend their final days. This is KOAM News at 6. Proposed legislation would create a framework for end-of-life care homes where people could stay at the end of their lives. KOAM's Zach Dodge has details and why a local nonprofit hopes the bill passes.
This may seem like a normal house on Mina Avenue in Joplin, but really it's what happens inside that makes it one of a kind.
It's a place where individuals who are under the management of a hospice provider can come and spend their last days.
Solace House of the Ozarks is what the organization calls an end-of-life care home, where they provide a 24/7 presence and care to people in their last days. Now, it's different from hospice because they don't provide medical care, but volunteers are there all the time.
So we are filling the gap for where a family member or loved ones aren't able to provide that 24/7 care.
The service is offered for free and officially started in March of 2020.
So we've had the pleasure of serving 5 guests who actually passed in our home.
Right now, Solace House can only offer 2 beds at a time, partially because Missouri law doesn't define end-of-life care homes. Something Representative Lane Roberts hopes to change with a new piece of legislation.
I can tell you the need is greater than that, but we want to do this right.
A House bill introduced by Roberts earlier this month would define end-of-life care homes under the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, setting up licensing, rules, regulations, and everything a facility like that would need to operate in the state. In the long run, that would allow Solace House to expand.
This is something that is a labor of love for them. So if we can craft this legislation and make a success of it, and allow them to be able to realize the model that they're after, I think it would be a big deal to them.
We would be 100% ready to grow and looking very much forward to that opportunity to continue serving.
In Joplin, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Solace House hopes to expand to 10 beds if the legislation passes. So far, the bill has been read in the Missouri House on 2 occasions. The Jasper County Health Department says 8 more people have died with COVID-19. Patients include 2 women, both in their 60s, and 6 men, 3 in their 60s, 2 in their 70s, 1 in his 80s. These latest deaths bring the county's total to 127 since the pandemic began. You can find COVID statistics for other area counties on KOAMnewsnow.com.
Oklahoma, the state of our state is strong because we are resilient and well positioned for a bright future.
Oklahoma's Governor Kevin Stitt touted Oklahoma's response to COVID-19 in his State of the State address. That's despite the state ranking among the worst in the country in several key COVID-19 metrics. It's according to a report by the Tulsa World.
We successfully opened our economy on June 1st and safely restarted most schools in August. It appears now other states are waking up to the stark reality of double-digit unemployment. They're realizing we took the smart approach in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is among the top 10 worst states in the country in 3 metrics tracked by the White House Coronavirus Task Force, according to the Tulsa World report. The state is worst for test positivity and 5th worst in hospitalizations per inpatient bed. However, the state is ranked 12th best in deaths per capita and is in the top 10 in vaccine distribution. The state of Missouri taps local hospitals to improve distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. Beginning this month, hospitals in each region of the state will receive a portion of the state's vaccines. Each region will receive 5,000 doses each week. In our region, Freeman and Mercy hospitals will receive a portion of the doses.
I think there's a lot of demand in the community for the vaccine, but the supply has been the issue. And so we can flex to what's necessary. We've got a large workforce here that could be able to help vaccinate as many as we need to. The issue has been not having enough vaccine to be able to do that at this point.
this allows us to know that we're getting X number of doses on this day. Therefore, the next day, we could already be prepared and give those doses, where here in the past, we've had to wait until we got the vaccine.
Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dow. It turned out to be an okay day for us today. Still on the cold side, but a little bit warmer than what we did see on Sunday behind the weekend storm system, the showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. But 41-30 was our overnight low, so well shy of where we should be for this time of the year. But at least we had some sunshine during the afternoon. Looks pretty good for us right now. We do have a few clouds out to our west. And we'll get a few random clouds in here tonight. Also a little bit of patchy fog, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Temperatures are mainly sitting mid to upper 30s to near 40 when you get into our western counties, but I think everybody will slowly drop back over the next several hours with these light, kind of northerly winds on top of us at about 5 to 10. So temperatures will slide back through the 30s, eventually upper 20s later on tonight, but a lot of changes down the road. We'll look at that here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Doug. Today marks the beginning of Black History Month. It was established in 1970 as a way to honor the contributions of Black Americans. At Pitt State, they're recognizing those contributions with a month full of events. Those include the Black Student Association and Axe Library's effort to highlight Black literature with a book display that includes Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. You can find more events in this story on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Years of fundraising and planning culminated in a celebration today with the groundbreaking for the Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. The complex in front of Joplin's Memorial Hall will be home to Joplin's Connect to Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts. It'll feature a 470-seat theater and an outdoor amphitheater with a 2,000-person capacity. Officials expect the complex to be open to the public by late 2022. Still ahead, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and the four states love the Chiefs, so why not look like them? And a local woman's effort to connect with Chiefs fans without actually watching the team.
Today.
Super Bowl is Sunday, but most of us can't wait that long to celebrate. So four-staters are finding a reason to show off their Chiefs pride every day this week. In Webb City today, that meant Mirror Monday. Webb City students dressed up as their favorite Chiefs players. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of Patrick Mahomes fans.
Because he's a really great player, and he's just so confident, and I love how he's really nice about everything.
It feels really good that I can just be my favorite Chiefs player and show who I want to be like.
Tomorrow, Webb City schools will celebrate Touchdown Tuesday when students will wear red and gold again. Hey, if you want to show off your Chiefs pride on Facebook, we have you covered. We've created this Facebook profile picture frame for you to remind folks that you're rooting on the Chiefs to run it back. That's through Facebook. Believe it or not, not everyone loves watching football on Sundays. Webb City resident Brooke Henderson's a perfect example. Even as the mother and daughter of devoted Chiefs fans, she'll admit football's just never really been her thing. So recently she's been getting her head in the game by using her artistic side, something that's been there for a long time. KOAM's Jesse Irwin has her story.
Probably since the womb.
Okay, so a very long time.
No, I've always tried really hard to be into crafts.
And that's always been part of who Brooke Henderson is, and it's often injected with her sense of humor. For example, when the pandemic began and so many of us began wearing masks, she made this mask holder. Brooke's parents are huge Kansas City Chiefs fans, so ahead of the AFC Championship game, she surprised them with this. That's right, a Chiefs-themed casserole dish, 100% Mahomes made.
Just kind of quirky and something you don't see every day. And my mom immediately was like, that's incredible, you have to sell that.
Brooke had already practiced a bunch using her own cookware, so shortly after Mahomes and the Chiefs punched their ticket to Tampa, she listed her dishes on Facebook Marketplace, then asked her boyfriend to share it, and went to bed.
And that was a mistake. because I woke up with so many messages of telling me or asking me if I could do it, and I was like shelling them out like as I was making them.
And Brooke is still trying to meet the demand, running back and forth to the store faster than Tyreek Hill just to make sure she has the supply to keep up, to the point where she's not even sure if the store does.
I go on lunch break to pick up a casserole dish at work, and the shelf was empty, and I'm like, this was me. I did this.
And if you've seen Brooke in line recently, know the cashier was probably thinking the same thing.
Well, the cashier is normally me since I do self-checkout, and every time I'm like, God, that's a lot of casserole dishes. So.
At the same time, it's the supportive nature of Chiefs Kingdom that keeps her going.
I think a lot of it is people telling me how much they like it, and then I'm like, oh, I can't stop now.
And while she still doesn't love football, Brooke's willing to admit that she and the Chiefs do share a few lifelong fans.
You know, it took me a while, but I finally listened to my mom after all these years.
Teeing up a much-anticipated season finale on Super Bowl Sunday.
Actual plans, I can't say I do have any plans. Probably eat a casserole.
You gotta love it. Again, that was Jesse Irwin reporting. Chiefs fan Doug Heddy's up next with his complete forecast. And later, two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL are set to face off in that Super Bowl on Sunday. We're going to hear from one, Tom Brady, about his thoughts on that kid, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a pretty decent day for us today. Our temperature is really not that bad as we did go into lower 40s, warmer than what we had yesterday. But now we are almost done with the month of January, and look how much rain we saw. It was a very wet month. In fact, we picked up 4 inches of rain. Our average is 2, so quite a bit more than what we have seen over the past couple months. And looks like as we head into February, it's going to actually turn colder as we work through the next several days. Looking back at January, not that bad. About half of the days, 16 of the days, were above normal, 14 below normal, but even the cold days, we didn't have any temperatures that were just really, really cold across the region. 31 in Stockton, 40 in Oswego. We have 39 in Veneta, 41 in Yates Center, and Neosho sitting at 37 degrees. We have these kind of light northerly winds. They're going to stay light for us tonight at about 5 to 10, and then actually diminish a little bit later on tonight, and that could bring in a little bit of patchy fog. We'll drop back through the 30s, eventually upper 20s later on tonight. But clear skies, not much is going on here. We are going to get a few mid and upper level clouds in, but in general, most of the central plains look pretty good. The beginnings of our next storm system is brewing out to the west. Pacific Northwest, also another wave down across southern parts of California. Now, ahead of it, nice big ridge of high pressure. That's going to give us good weather tomorrow. And then once again, as we head into Wednesday, then we'll start to see some changes. Let's go through tonight. We'll have a few clouds, a little bit of patchy fog. We'll drop back upper 20s for overnight lows. So it's going to be a cold night. We'll warm through the 20s, 30s, into the 40s, 46 by noon, and then I think most of us about 53 during the afternoon, which is pretty good. We'll take temperatures into the lower 50s for afternoon highs. Gets even better by the time Wednesday rolls around. Still kind of chilly tomorrow night. We'll drop back near freezing. And then on Wednesday, we shoot mid to upper 50s. So I think most of us about 57 degrees. By Thursday morning, we have a cold front. It's a decently strong cold front, but it's going to give us some clouds. We'll see the winds switch around by Thursday morning, may get a random shower or two. It'll quickly push on through, and what this means is we'll turn a little bit cooler by the time we head into Thursday and Friday. Saturday, though, you can see a little bit of snow out across central parts of Missouri. That's another cold front, a stronger cold front that sinks in. Also could give us some light snow late Saturday, but this should be our first true punch of Arctic air, which is going to move in just in time for Super Bowl Sunday. So it's really going to cool down. 53 for us tomorrow, 57 on Wednesday, 55 and dropping into the 40s on Thursday with a few morning showers. Chilly on Friday, Saturday, we could get a little bit of light snow late, but we'll be sitting mainly into low 20s most of the day, down to 5 Saturday night. High temp of only 21 on Super Bowl Sunday.
That'll be chilly, but, we'll just be seeing it through our windows anyway, I guess.
Yeah, so it's not going to matter.
Thanks, Doc. Coming up in sports, it's the opening night of the Warrior Classic at McCallie Catholic High School. Plus, Super Bowl week is finally here. Sports Director Jacob Leonard talks Super Bowl quarterbacks. That's next.
Doug Hetty.
Well, Super Bowl week is finally here. The Kansas City Chiefs will shoot for their second straight title against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. And no doubt this one of the best quarterback matchups in Super Bowl history. Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, of course Tom Brady for the Buccaneers. A Sunday Super Bowl will be the first matchup between two quarterbacks who have won both a regular season MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. Here's what Brady had to say today about the much younger Mahomes.
I really admire Patrick for the kind of player he is. He has great command of his team. I know his teammates love playing with him. He's got great charisma. And I think when I see Patrick, I see someone who, again, was, none of these moments are too big for him. And the times that I've had a chance to talk to him off the field, certainly enjoyed it. Big time performer, always seems to play the best when his team needs it the most. And just incredibly impressed by him.
Tonight is the opening night of the Warrior Classic at McCallie Catholic High School. On the girls' side, tournament host Warriors are first on the floor tonight. McCallie's up against Sheldon in the opening game. That one currently still going. I have highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. On the Kansas side, a couple big ones tonight in Frontenac with the Raiders hosting Galena. In the girls' game, Raiders lead at 10-9 to start the second quarter. As for the boys, big opportunity for Frontenac facing the 10th-ranked team in Class 3A. The Raiders have won 5 of their last 7. Galena is 10-2. We'll have highlights from that one as well tonight at 10. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Randall Dainty. The Wyandotte, Oklahoma native served in the U.S. Navy, and we are proud to salute Randall Dainty, tonight's 4-state hero. Chris Warner joins us now with a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Now, tonight at 9, Bronte Sorotsky will give us an in-depth look into one man's extraordinary Chiefs man cave. Plus, many folks in the Northeast woke up this morning to a major winter storm. We'll have the latest. And the Medical College of Wisconsin releasing a report about the dangers during college football practices versus the actual game. Those stories and a lot more tonight on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Thanks, Chris. Now, this week as we celebrate the Chiefs' second consecutive Super Bowl appearance, I'll tell you what, we'll get to that in a minute. Doug Hetty, how about a final look at the weather?
All right, it looks like for us tonight, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of patchy fog out there, but tomorrow looks great. We'll go into the 50s, 53, partly sunny skies, and then on Wednesday up to 57 degrees, and then starting to turn colder by Thursday.
Sounds excellent. Now, as we celebrate the Chiefs' second consecutive Super Bowl appearance, we want to get you involved. This morning, the KOAM Morning Show asked you to send in pictures for Mahomes Monday. We're going to leave you tonight with a look at some of those photos. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.